On a clear spring morning, New York City was its typical swirl of activity. Commuters flooded the streets, taxis honked incessantly, and the smell of roasted coffee permeated the air. People hustled along, oblivious to the extraordinary events about to unfold. At 10:03 a.m., the shadow came. Initially, it was just a momentary darkening, a fleeting cloud, people presumed. But the darkness persisted, and heads started to turn skyward. An immense shape veiled in shimmering light obscured the sun. It was gargantuan, covering the sky from horizon to horizon over Manhattan, casting a vast shadow that brought an eerie twilight. The object was unlike anything known to human engineering. It was metallic, with a complex geometric structure, gleaming with a strange, otherworldly iridescence. Slowly, the enormity of the situation dawned on the city's inhabitants. This was first contact. Not just over New York, but as frantic news reports soon confirmed, similar ships had appeared over Tokyo, Paris, Moscow, and dozens of other cities across the globe. Panic ensued almost instantly. The streets that were once veins pumping with the lifeblood of the city's hustle became choked with the fear-stricken masses. Cars collided, people screamed and ran, all while the silent behemoth above offered no explanation, no demands. By 10:32 a.m., the United States government had scrambled jets to intercept and assess the threat. As they approached the craft with cautious velocity, every available camera was trained on them, broadcasting live to millions of viewers. The jets, mere flies in comparison, circled the gigantic ship, searching for any sign of intent or aggression. Then, without warning, a brilliant pulse of light flashed from the underbelly of the alien craft. The electromagnetic pulse was devastating, instantly rendering the electronic systems of the jets useless. Like stones, they plummeted towards the Earth, their pilots ejecting at the last conceivable moment. As the world watched in horror, a deep, resonating hum began to emanate from the ships, a sound that vibrated through the very bones of all who heard it. Then, a message, clear and undeniably alien, transmitted simultaneously in every language. Peoples of Earth, you are commanded to cease all resistance. This planet has been claimed. You will surrender, or you will be obliterated. The ultimatum was stark, chilling the hearts of all who heard it. Governments scrambled, chaos ensued, and the human race faced its greatest crisis. Among this turmoil, a secret plan was set into motion, a plan involving an unseen fleet, born of Earth's unanticipated preparation for an interstellar threat. This fleet was humanity's last hope, lying in wait under the deceptive calm of the Pacific waters. The battle for Earth was about to begin, and it would be decided not by the many, but by the few aboard these hidden vessels of war, poised to strike under the command of Admiral Nora Hayes. As the alien crafts hovered ominously over Earth's major cities, a sinister silence followed the initial message. The ships, each a colossal monument of unknown alloys and energies, stood as harbingers of doom. People across the world watched, helpless and horror-struck, as governments scrambled to respond. In the United States, the president convened an emergency meeting with top military officials and scientific advisors. Screens around the room flickered with images of the otherworldly ships. Each one was strategically positioned to inflict maximum devastation. Capitals, major cities, and military bases were all under immediate threat. Options, the president demanded, the gravity of the situation etched across his face. General Abrams, a four-star general with decades of service, responded gravely, "Sir, our nuclear arsenal is at readiness, but there's no telling if it would even scratch those ships. Conventional weapons have already proven useless." Dr. Lena Richter, a leading astrophysicist, added, "Their technology is beyond anything we've seen. The electromagnetic pulses disabled our jets before they could even get close. We're not just outgunned, we don't even understand the gun." As they deliberated, another broadcast commenced. This time the aliens' message was even more direct. The central ship over New York projected a hologram of their leader, a figure both terrifying and majestic. His voice boomed through every television, radio, and smartphone on the planet. "I am Krenaz, commander of the Galactic Purge Fleet. You have been judged as a threat to the cosmic order. You have 2 hours to lay down your arms and surrender your leaders to us. or we will commence total annihilation. As the message ended, a devastating demonstration of power shook the world. The Statue of Liberty, an iconic symbol of freedom and hope, was disintegrated in a blinding flash of light, leaving nothing but vapor and a terrified populace in its wake. Panic turned to pandemonium throughout the cities below the alien ships. Governments worldwide pleaded for calm and scrambled fighter jets and defenses, but nothing could penetrate the aliens' shields. Meanwhile, secret communication lines buzzed between the world's most powerful nations. In a secure bunker beneath the Pacific, Admiral Nora Hayes received the go-ahead for Project Aegis. The project, a coalition effort kept from the public to avoid mass hysteria, was humanity's only untested shield against extraterrestrial threats. The Admiral, along with her diverse team of the best pilots, engineers, and tacticians from across the globe, prepared their response. The fleet consisted of advanced spacecraft designed from the ground up to counter potential alien technologies. Stealth was their greatest asset, for the alien scanners seemed only to detect known technology. As Hayes rallied her crew, she declared, "Today, we are not American, Russian, or Chinese. We are Earth's defense. We fly together, not just to protect our homes, but to secure our future as a species." Project E. As the alien ultimatum ticked down, chaos reigned on Earth. Nations panicked, citizens fled major cities, and leaders desperately sought solutions. Meanwhile, miles below the surface of the Pacific Ocean, a different response was being prepared, a response born of foresight and desperation. Project Aegis, the brainchild of an unprecedented international alliance formed in the shadows of recovered alien technology, was humanity's secret weapon. Nestled in an expansive subaquatic base, the project was shielded from prying eyes and, more importantly, alien sensors. Subterranean strategy. The base, known as Facility Delta, was a marvel of engineering and secrecy, carved out of the bedrock beneath the Mariana Trench. It housed the Earth's most advanced scientific and military technologies, along with the Aegis fleet, sleek, powerful spacecraft designed for rapid response to extraterrestrial threats. Admiral Nora Hayes, the appointed commander of Project Aegis, paced the command center, a sprawling room filled with holographic maps and bustling personnel. Her mind was a whirlwind of strategy and contingencies. Around her, technicians and officers worked frenetically to finalize preparations for an operation that would either save the world or seal its fate. The fleet awakens. "Admiral, all ships report ready status," Lieutenant Commander Akio Tanaka, her second-in-command, reported. "Begin the launch sequence. Inform all units. This is not a drill," Hayes ordered without hesitation. One by one, the Aegis ships powered up, their engines humming with a potent mix of anticipation and dread. The ships were unlike any terrestrial design previously seen. Shaped to minimize radar cross-section, they were coated with a reflective material that dispersed radar and lidar, making them nearly invisible to the naked eye and completely obscured to alien detection technologies. Technological triumphs. Each ship was armed with an arsenal of advanced weaponry, including quantum disruptors, capable of tearing through the fabric of space-time to create brief, targeted black holes, used to disrupt enemy formations and defenses. Plasma cannons. Offering a more traditional form of firepower, these cannons could superheat and ionize air to create plasma, directed at targets with devastating accuracy and effect. EMP torpedoes. Designed to disable electronic systems, these were tailored to combat the alien ship's advanced technological systems. The crown jewel of the fleet was the Aegis I, commanded by Hayes herself. It featured the latest defensive technology, adaptive shields capable of analyzing incoming fire and adjusting frequency to maximize deflection and minimization of damage. Mobilization. As the ships ascended, breaking through the ocean's surface discreetly, they remained cloaked, invisible to the world and to the alien invaders. Hayes watched the live feed of Earth, her resolve hardening. "We have one shot." With mere minutes to spare before the alien ultimatum expired, the Aegis fleet, humanity's clandestine savior, burst from the ocean's depths and ascended through the atmosphere. Silhouetted against the sun, the ships were nearly invisible, their advanced stealth technology scattering radar and light in a way that rendered them ghosts moving swiftly towards their targets. Stealth and Strategy Admiral Nora Hayes surveyed the situation from the bridge of Aegis 1, her eyes scanning the holographic displays that showed their formations and the positions of the alien ships. Each Aegis ship had closed to its target area in silence, avoiding detection by the vastly superior alien sensors. "Initiate cloaking maneuvers and prepare for synchronous attack on my command," Hayes ordered crisply. Her crew responded in unison, a ballet of precise movements and checks. The fleet was positioned strategically around the globe, each squadron tasked with neutralizing the alien ship above their assigned city. The world below remained oblivious to these protectors in the skies, their eyes fixed in terror on the hovering behemoths of the alien invaders. First strike. As the deadline passed, the alien ships powered up their weapons, their intentions clear. But before they could fire, Project Aegis made its move. In a coordinated global strike, the Aegis ships decloaked momentarily to unleash their first salvo. Quantum disruptors tore through the sky, creating ripples in the atmosphere as they opened brief, violent black holes near the alien ships. The targeted disruptions caused several alien ships to lose their stability, shaking them within their own gravity fields. Plasma cannons followed, their superheated beams slicing through the alien hulls with precision. The advanced metallurgy of the alien craft resisted initial impacts, but soon succumbed to the sustained, intense heat, rupturing their outer layers. EMP torpedoes launched in synchronized waves, blooming like deadly flowers in the sky. The electromagnetic pulses overwhelmed the alien shields, which flickered and faded, their technology disrupted by the human-engineered weapons. Tactical retreat and regroup. The aliens, caught off guard by the ferocity and technological sophistication of the attack, retaliated with scattered plasma fire. Their shots were powerful, but hastily aimed, and largely ineffective against the nimble Aegis ships, which recloaked and maneuvered into new positions. Squadrons 2 and 5, repositioned to attack coordinates Delta 4 and Gamma 3. "We need to take advantage of their confusion," Hayes commanded, her voice a calm constant in the storm of battle. The fleet complied, shifting formation with practiced ease. The Aegis ships, now recognized as a legitimate threat, drew more focused fire from the alien fleet. The skies above Earth became a canvas of light and destruction, painted with the streaks of plasma cannons and the brilliant flashes of quantum disruptors. Momentum builds. As the battle progressed, the humans began to gain the upper. High above Earth, the battle escalated into a breathtaking spectacle of tactical prowess and raw power as Project Aegis relentlessly engaged the alien invaders. Admiral Nora Hayes, orchestrating the offensive from the Aegis 1, kept a steely gaze on the dynamic battle maps that floated holographically around her. Coordinated onslaught. Focus attacks on their propulsion systems, disable their mobility, and their sitting ducks, Hayes commanded her fleet, her voice crisp in the ears of every pilot. Under her direction, the Aegis ships adapted their formations, swooping through alien fire with agility enhanced by their advanced inertial dampeners. Plasma beams crisscrossed the battlefield as Aegis pilots executed their maneuvers with precision. The quantum disruptors had proven effective at destabilizing the alien craft's gravitational fields, causing chaotic disruptions in their formations. Aegis ships took advantage of this disarray, targeting the now vulnerable propulsion units of the larger alien vessels. Global resistance. Meanwhile, on Earth, the initial shock of the invasion had given way to a determined global resistance. In cities below the main battle zones, civilians and military units worked together to evacuate urban centers and establish refuges. News of the secret fleet's intervention had leaked out, sparking waves of renewed hope and fervent prayers. In major cities from Beijing to Berlin, ground-based anti-air defenses, recalibrated to target the specific frequencies now known thanks to Aegis's intel, opened fire whenever an alien fighter dipped into their range. The skies echoed with the sounds of defiance as humanity steeled itself against the onslaught. Turning the tide back in the upper atmosphere, the alien commander Krenaz, aboard his flagship, realized the tide was turning against him. In a desperate bid to regain control, he deployed his elite guard, a squadron of heavily armored fighters, to neutralize the Aegis fleet's flagship. "Admiral, the enemy's elite units are heading straight for us," Lieutenant Commander Tanaka warned, his eyes locked on the incoming blips. "Prepare to engage. All hands, battle stations. Let's show them what Earth has to offer," Hayes responded, undeterred. She personally took control of the Aegis I's main cannon, lining up her ship against the approaching threat. As the elite alien fighters barreled toward her, Hayes fired the plasma cannon in a continuous burst, carving through space with a line of searing heat. One by one, the elite fighters faltered, their advanced armor no match for the precisely targeted high-intensity plasma. Critical blow. With the alien elite guard decimated, Hayes seized the moment to strike at Kreenaz's flagship. "All units converge on the command ship. This ends now," she ordered. The remaining Aegis ships grouped together, focusing their fire on the flagship. EMP torpedoes followed by volleys of plasma fire overwhelmed the alien ship's defenses. The once imposing vessel began to falter, its shield flickering out of existence under the relentless barrage. In the aftermath of the critical blow dealt to the alien flagship, the remaining alien forces were in disarray, their command structure shattered with the death of Kreenaz, their formidable leader. As the alien crafts wavered above Earth, the Aegis fleet seized the opportunity to consolidate their victory, regroup, and retaliate. "Admiral Hayes, the enemy fleet is regrouping. They're preparing to retreat," reported Lieutenant Commander Tanaka, his eyes focused on the strategic display. Hayes nodded sharply, her features set in grim determination. "We can't let them escape. They'll return, possibly in greater numbers. We end this threat now, while we have the advantage. Signal all units to pursue and engage." The Aegis fleet, powered by a blend of human innovation and salvaged alien technology, darted forward. The ships were sleek predators, cutting through the vacuum of space with lethal intent. The final assault. The alien vessels, still formidable despite their crippled leadership, launched a defensive barrage of plasma fire. But without Kreenaz's tactical genius, their efforts were uncoordinated and increasingly futile. Aegis ships weaved through the chaos with balletic grace, their movements a choreographed dance of death. Each pilot knew their role, their maneuvers practiced tirelessly under Admiral Hayes's exacting supervision. "Focus fire on their engines and weapon systems. Disable them," Hayes commanded. Her voice was calm but carried an iron resolve that infused the fleet with confidence. One by one, the alien ships were crippled. EMP torpedoes disabled their propulsion fields while plasma cannons seared through their armor. The once threatening armada was reduced to drifting hulks, their ability to fight or flee utterly neutralized. Kreenaz's last stand. As the battle neared its conclusion, the crippled alien command ship attempted a desperate final maneuver. Its engines sputtered to life, a guttering flame trying to escape the inevitable. Admiral Hayes, aboard the Aegis I, lined up her ship for a final confrontation. "This is for Earth," she whispered, as she unleashed the full fury of the flagship's plasma cannons. The beams struck true, tearing through the alien command ship with unrelenting force. The explosion was spectacular, a supernova of destruction that lit up the sky as a symbol of human tenacity and courage. Victory. As the debris from the alien command ship scattered across the void, a resounding cheer erupted from the Aegis fleet. They had done it. Earth was saved. The alien threat was neutralized, their invasion fleet turned to space dust. Hayes allowed herself a moment of pride as her crew celebrated around her. They had achieved the impossible with a combination of daring, discipline, and a little help from the alien technology they had repurposed. "Admiral, what are our orders now?" Tanaka asked, his voice cutting through the jubilation. "We secure the perimeter, salvage what we can, and start preparations for any future threats." This victory, hard won as it was, the debris of the alien fleet drifted silently in Earth's orbit, a solemn reminder of the battle that had almost cost humanity everything. Admiral Nora Hayes stood at the command deck of Aegis I, watching the sunrise over the Earth, a new dawn in more ways than one. Celebrations and commemorations. Across the globe, cities that had once burned now shimmered with lights of jubilation. Fireworks painted the skies, and people of all nations celebrated the victory of life over annihilation. Yet, amidst the celebration, there was a profound sense of reverence for the fallen, both human and alien lives extinguished in the conflict. In New York, where the first alien ship had appeared, a memorial was erected, inscribed with the names of every civilian, soldier, and pilot who had perished. The site overlooked the harbor, where the Statue of Liberty once stood, a poignant reminder of what had been defended: freedom, resilience, and humanity's enduring spirit. Rebuilding and learning. As the initial celebration subsided, the task of rebuilding began. The alien technology, recovered from the wreckage, provided breakthroughs in energy, propulsion, and material science. Under the guidance of the Earth Defense Coalition, led by Hayes, Earth entered a golden age of technological advancement and exploration. The technology we've gained isn't just about weapons, it's about bettering our lives and preparing us for the challenges ahead, Hayes explained during a global summit, her words broadcasted to every corner of the planet. We must be vigilant, but also visionary. Let's use these gifts not for conquest, but for progress. Scientists and engineers from formerly rival nations worked together, deciphering the alien tech and integrating it into society. Clean energy plants sprung up, utilizing modified alien power cells that provided sustainable energy. Public transport systems were revamped with anti-gravity engines, making commutes smoother and faster than ever. Guardians of Earth. The Secret Fleet, once Earth's hidden shield, was now its most honored protectorate, renamed the Global Defense Fleet, GDF. New recruits from across the world joined, eager to be part of Earth's guardians. The fleet expanded, incorporating not just the stealth fighters of Aegis, but also larger capital ships capable of both defense and deep space exploration. Training under Hayes, the new pilots learned not just how to fight, but how to prevent conflict. Our goal is to protect, not provoke. We must be defenders first and foremost, Hayes would often say, instilling in her pilots a code of honor and duty. A cosmic perspective. With Earth secure, humanity's gaze turned outward. The United Nations, reformed into a truly global government called the United Earth Alliance, began planning expeditions beyond the solar system.